this week, I came across a podcast that caught my attention. And it was a story of a man who authored and created a program called Radical Responsibility. And this program, Radical Responsibility, was about how he was teaching people, going into corporations and businesses and teaching people how to work and deal and be responsible for their victim archetype. And I found this podcast very interesting and fascinating. But what really captured my attention about this story of this man was when I heard his bio. And this man had been incarcerated for 14 years in federal prison for drug trafficking. And while he was in prison, he decided that he needed to change who he was being in life. And he needed to do that because he did not want to leave the legacy of how he had been living to his 9-year-old son. And what is so fascinating about this story is that I knew that when I heard this, that this was going to help me to deliver the message that I'm going to give today. So I really didn't listen to much of the podcast because I already had what I needed. And to quote a dear friend of mine, Kathleen Hassan, we are one nation under pressure, and we are struggling to be one nation under God. We are not in alignment, and our values are not clear. And one may think, we may think, you may think, that the pressure's out there, but the pressure's in here, because we are the people. We are in a bit of an identity crisis, wouldn't you say? We're struggling to find our way forward and not quite sure how it's all going to turn out. This is a turning point for us. So I want to share an experience with you, one of my experiences. And it was my turning point in my life, one of my major turning points in my life. And this happened when I was 31, but prior to that, of me turning 31, and in that time period of my life, I had been living and working and doing my life in a way that